Hi YouTube, showing you what we're going to do with the skirt. Now I'm having to re-pleat a couple of sections. This fabric was like this, and it had I bought a flat fold yardage that had 4 complete panels, or 3 complete panels and most of one. Or it might have been 4 complete panels, can't remember right now. And I always like knife pleats. So what I decided to do, we're going to make the skirt, okay, that's the bottom, here's the top. I've already cut this one right here, and I'm going to be sewing it here at the waist and down here to the dart, and then attaching all these gored pieces together so that when when she walks, this is going to flare open and just show the white underneath it. So that's what we're doing. But in order to prep this, it's been hours of work, literally. And let me get my thread and my pins in place, thread out of the way. I have to get a big old load of pins. Actually, I messed up. I don't need those yet. Hold on. I gotta press. Silly me. Okay. Make sure I got them all. First thing I do is to go up here to the next one I need to press. Now it's kind of already pressed, but I'm going to go over it again. Got a nice steam iron going. Just give it a shot of steam every once in a while. Now I like to do anywhere from 4 to 6 at a time. That seems to be a manageable number. On this particular one, I've been distracted and I've only done 4 at a time. That's why it's taken me so long. Next, we got to do the next one. I'll pleat 4 for now. Then just kind of come up here and eke that guy over. You're not going to get it perfectly straight, but so long as it's pretty straight, that's okay. I don't want to flatten out the pleat I just did, so I have to go along the edge and just kind of pinch it as I go. Probably need to add some more water to my iron. Found this gold lace fabric on Etsy, 15.38 a yard, I think. It's just absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I'm thinking I'm gonna buy myself about 10 yards, come up with some kind of a design for maybe a prom or a social event that would require something really, really ornate. I don't think it would need any kind of beading on it whatsoever. It's sparkly enough as it is. This one's giving me problems here. Let's come over here and see if I can flatten him out a little bit better. See, he wants to keep rolling. Let's come over here. Okay, I'm only going to do 3 for now, just to give you an idea. And then you go back in, and here's where your pins come in handy. Just sprinkle some out. Now get them out of your way. We're going to start up here at the top. What I like to do is to put an anchor pin in first. Now I need my anchor pin to actually go this way. So, oops, no, I was right the first time. Let's put it that way. Yeah, if I put it that way, then it's going to anchor both pieces. And they're not going to shift around. Let's put another one in here. Can't get it. Okay, and another one. Do it for however many rows you pleated. Okay, now we start kind of working our way down. Let's kind of pull this over so we can see what we're working with. Now I start a few inches down. I'm going to line up these 2 dots. If you don't have a pattern on yours, then just do the best you can. What you can do is to kind of pull it a little bit and then let it lay where it wants to. It's pretty close to being on grain that way. And the last one. And if it didn't press real well to begin with, you can always do this and roll it with your finger as you go along. And then I'll move down here. I like to give myself 2 or 3 sections to work with. You're going to use a lot of pins doing this, and it is going to take you a lot of time. I did find a company up in Europe someplace that does specialized pleating, and they're really not all that expensive. If I find, oh my gosh, you know what, pleating that gold might not be a bad idea. Huh, interesting. I think they're like about $25 a yard. Probably cost me $1,000, $1,500 maybe, to have it pleated. Probably have to buy more. Shoot, materials on something like that, it would probably run me $5,000. I'd have to sell the thing, and creating it excuse me, would probably be another $5,000. So that'd be a $10,000 gown. It'd be beautiful. Don't know if I could sell it though. Now I like to get in and pretty much butt my pins from head to tail, top to bottom. That way I have a very secure pleat. Because what you're going to do next is to baste it. All of this right here I've gone in and hand basted. After I hand baste, I give it a good steam press, and then I block it, which means I wet it, put it out on a gridded cardboard mat, put pins in it every inch or so, and I block it out to a certain dimension. So I know all of these are running straight. Once it dries, then I can lay it and start cutting it. The reason I'm doing this right now, I would have had all of these panels done and all the skirts cut out, except, stupid me, I forgot to mirror two skirt patterns. Those are going to be the front and the rear side panel. My front center and back center were fine. See, even I mess up. I just wasn't thinking. I was probably tired, which I am right now. Okay, so that's basically all I did, was to go through this and pin it up. Now you could give it a little press here if you wanted to. Kind of lay everything down. I probably need some more pins right here. See how that's gapping open? Let's pull it over. That one's gapping open too. Let's pull him over. Got two pins there. Okay, and then what you're going to do is to go down here and start all over. Get yourself another section going. Don't get your pins in your folds. It's very easy to let happen because they kind of migrate. I think they travel. Oh, and I need to make a correction video, but I'm going to tell you right now. I've been telling y'all in Pattern Master Boutique to move your center front over in order to give you that 3/8, and I was wrong. It gives you actually a 1/2 inch from where the button's going to rest, or to the end of the buttonhole, where the button will rest. It actually gives you a 1/2 inch. Now, if you want to only do a 3/8 inch, you would move it in, not out, like I've been telling you. So I'll make a correction video about that. See, even I have problems. You got to kind of be able to think three-dimensionally. I was trying to figure out a way to put the lining of a pair of pants together and then sew the lining to the hem of the pant and be able to turn it, and I found out I couldn't. So when you're lining a pair of pants, the best idea is to get one leg done at a time, and do not sew them together. And then you're going to sew the hem of your lining to the hem of your pant, turn it up, and then you'll do your crotch seam at the very end. You'll already do your inner leg and your outer seam and your side seam, but you cannot do a crotch seam on your lining fabric until you've attached that lining fabric to the hemline of your pant. Now that's if you want your lining to bag. Oh my gosh, I found a needle. Is that a needle or is that a messed up pin? No, that's a needle. Cool. Love it when I find needles, because I'm always losing them. Of course, y'all know that. I'm totally enamored with the software Camtasia for my videos. It allows me to create some really cool introductory graphic movement, if you've noticed. Kind of jazzed up my videos. I've always enjoyed graphic arts, web design, video design. I took a book called Cat Witch and took it apart, scanned off the pictures in it, it's a children's book, and animated them. Took me quite a while. Never quite finished it. Let's take these anchoring pins out for now and move this up. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on the video. I'm not going to go through doing all of my basting here, but suffice it to say what I do after I've gotten all the number of stripes that I want pinned, that I will go in with a lighter color thread. In this instance I'm using pink because it's a cone thread. I've got so much of that, so I use it like for basting and whatever. But I'll baste it down at the edge of this black fold, as close to it as I can possibly get. And then we will steam press it, wet it, block it, and then cut it out. So the next video is going to be putting the skirt together. I might include the top, but I'm still kind of working on the lining on that right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.